Hello, hi everyone. My name is Leng Ean. I'm here to present at the 6th International Conference on Business, Education, Social and Technology 2025. I'm presenting the research on the impact of creative effectiveness of artificial intelligence in comparison with human-generated advertising creative outcome. I'm currently with the Faculty of Arts and Science of Universiti Malaya-Wales, Kuala Lumpur, doing my PhD in Professional Communication. Today, I'll bring you through the overview of the agenda, covering the abstract, the introduction, research questions, research objectives, literature review, underpinning theory, hypothesis and conceptual framework, research methods, expected outcome, and to the conclusion. This research reflects heavily on the evolving artificial intelligence technology in the creative advertising industry. The research emphasizes on the concerns in the advertising space, specific to the advertising industry, where AI, artificial intelligence, is underway in threatening the novelty of originality in creative ideation, harnessed by human creativity. The foundation of creativity, as we know, comes from human beings themselves, filled with emotion and intuition to develop creativity since the beginning of days. As AI technology evolves, coming up with systems such as OpenAI GPT for audio production and StyleGun for photorealistic generation as examples, it is starting to replace the convenience of human creation for creative work. We are here to discuss the possibilities of technology over human creativity. The AI technology has convincing factors in benefit, where the automation reduces time, creating speed and a more economical manner for production costs. The creativity in advertising industry stands really vulnerable with forthcoming AI technology's impact, and in contrast to the approach towards support for inevitable innovation. Synthesized results of advertising materials dominated by generative adversarial networks is garnering popularity merely because of convenience. The convincing content currently accepted by marketeers. This research has three focus areas: to keep the balance with creativity with AI integration into creative workflows, debating the novelty of original creative mastery versus AI technology, which is dependent on data to develop creative outputs, and exploration of how AI collaborates with creative professionals, enabling efficacy of campaigns. As AI continues to be a threat to the novelty of originality, this will need further understanding on societal and economical implications. This research serves to evaluate further AI's role in parameters for enhancing and transforming the creativity in the advertising paradigm, ultimately to assess the acceptance or the resistance for the future. Through the introduction segment, I'll explain that creativity has originated since the 19th century and has always been a form of genuine art used for communication and expression. Now, can systems and data synthesize artwork, audio, production be used for creative advertising? Fundamentally, creativity origins are generated from the human mind and emotion used to communicate effectiveness for advertising. The ability to convince through campaign messaging visually and in copywriting and in various art formats, fully produced by the human mind and emotive capabilities, can systems and data itself prove to be overcoming these human capabilities of creative art forms. However, in recent times, the development of technology, particularly in the artificial intelligence sector, has been seemingly a threat to creativity by attempting early stages to demonstrate capabilities in creative processes. The paradigm of advertising is going through early stages of transformation, where creative processes are going through a challenge, with traditional methods for originality for creative output going through the test of alterations, being taken over by systems and data through AI. To date, currently, AI is a topic of interest for discussion, and many pilot tests are being carried out to challenge the traditional notions of origination with innovative elements. While AI offers efficiencies and benefits to promote economical saving levers, it has also raised a lot of questions surrounding the technology's ingenuity in comparison to the originality and authenticity from a human's role. In today's advertising ecosystem, synthetic media is still a scientific blind spot with misinformation that's misleading, lack of theoretical frameworks, which implies that further research is needed for a longitudinal basis for visual disinformation verification. The three research questions that I have today in this research. Firstly, how can advertising industry balance efficiency and creativity when incorporating AI into the creative process? Research question 2. To what extent can AI-driven creativity be considered truly original given its reliance on pre-existing data and patterns? Research question 3. How does the collaborative use of AI by creative professionals influence the originality and effectiveness of advertising campaigns? The research objectives in this research is here merely to explore and validate the underlying core of originality for creative work, to validate if AI can integrate with original creative human capabilities to harmonize processes through human roles and AI technology. Using the componential theory of creativity to analyze creative workflows, competence, and underlying catalysts of creative results, to protect the novelty of original work. Meanwhile, we also have the utilization of the TAM theory as a theoretical tool to alter and create a creative model which works to commemorate AI tech and human creativity. So we can see where the objectives are moving towards. It's towards the notion of integration, because we cannot avoid technology. The literature review here stems on two parts, which is originality and authenticity, and human creativity in advertising effectiveness. Originality and authenticity, where creativity, which is a craft that hones novelty, has raised concerns in manipulation of creative output, which comprises of huge risks involved in synthetic media. Human creativity in advertising effectiveness has the core of creativity, relies heavily on craftsmanship of human creatives. Scholars in the past has pointed that distinctive difference between human creativity versus AI output, such as text and visual results. The advancements in synthetic media tools are leading to new forms of media production, consumption, and contextualization. As generative technology evolves, new opportunities become readily available to replace origination. But synthetic media did not produce more original ideas than the best performing humans. Crucially, synthetic media which produces deepfakes over origination are democratic, in that all that is required are computing power and trained human skill sets for synthetic results to be produced. The literature gaps identified. The lack of longitudinal research due to early stages to truly assess long-term transformative workflows and effectiveness between AI and human creativity. Insufficient proof points of how AI's role can be properly utilized to take over or support creative functions. Lastly, current studies has yet to redefine AI's role in integration efforts in co-creation workflows. Moving on to the underpinning theories. I have segregated two theories. Primarily, the componential theory of creativity, founded by Theresa Amabile, which will be used as a foundation due to structural framework which has proven on analyzing creative generation components which measures its effectiveness, comprising of creative thinking skills for true capacity or originality only possible with the human mind, not by systems. Intrinsic motivation and emotion which cannot be algorithmically manipulated or created. Social environment, the inability for creative source of inspiration felt in various environments which AI is not capable of, which is aspiration and inspiration. It is non-emotive. I then have the secondary underpinning theory, which is the technology acceptance model TAM. TAM will be functioning as the support theory used to develop an attempt to integrate and create a model, a framework with componential theory of creativity results to arrive at a unified integration of human creativity and AI technology. Perceived usefulness to actual usefulness. This is my hypothesis and conceptual framework. From the framework below, I seek to explain the relevance of AI technology versus human creativity using the componential theory of creativity. It highlights the unique contributions of AI and human-generated inputs to the components leading to final outcomes, which concludes to the effects of originality, relevance, and emotional impact of each usage output. We see on the left all the components of TAM, where through the IV, it has AI-driven tools, ethical considerations, and technology evolvement, which in through the diagram, we can see the AI creativity general output, which is solution systemic data-driven. On the right, we have the componential theory of creativity, supported by the DV, creative effectiveness, originality, emotional resonance, and campaign success metrics. On the diagram itself, I've partitioned it to having TAM to support through a funnel of a workflow where both ends of AI and also human-generated output funnels down to scope relevant skills. AI, synthetic automation, human, expertise, and intuition. Funneling down further to the third row, we see on the left creativity, relevant processes, where AI systemic solutions and human explorative thinking. It's once again unified and each has a role to play. On the right, using the componential theory of creativity, we have the intrinsic task motivation. AI, program reliant on data, human being, emotional understanding. And we come down to the creative advertising outcome, the authenticity, the relevance, the emotional impact, and the cultural nuance. This framework is potentially the outcome to be concluded based on research methods outcome. The mediating factors are collaboration dynamics, technological adoption. The research methods now focuses on how artificial intelligence is altering the creativity and a threat to affect originality and novelty of human-generated creativity, particularly in the field of advertising. The research examines the tension and debate on how AI and human-generated creative outcome. Hence, the research methods below most qualified, as per my suggestion, will be qualitative methods. Qualitative research, a combination of interviews, focus groups, questionnaires by creative professionals, marketeers, and AI developers, covering all areas of the sector. Questions will be contextualized, basis thought on AI adoption and perception on impact of originality and effectiveness of messaging. The formats, in-person, virtual, mode of interviews, and Google Forms and surveys. Form filling through multiple choices, plus Likert scales. Research analysis, in vivo, to analyze text and visual data for themes and pattern similarity or otherwise. Expected outcome would be an integrated, unified model that shows AI technology and human-generated creativity, and an integrated balanced co-creation framework. This is a framework that I have developed in terms of how I forecast the outcome to be. The conclusion and result of this research aims to underscore findings on how AI as evolving technology can collaborate, because technology is unavoidable, and it aims to substantiate a co-creation framework incorporating the componential theory of creativity into a process segregation loop cycle, which results as below integrated co-creation framework. Primarily, human-generated advertising creative will still be the primary anchor of creative output and development, leading to the support where AI plays its role in supporting the advertising creative output through its technology. So the first row is to see the three bubbles on top. You'll see task motivation, environment setting, critical thinking, idea development, and intrinsic intuition emotion, which AI is incapable of and still heavily reliant on primarily through human-generated advertising creative. When it comes down to the second funnel, we then have the AI support. This shows a very integrated framework where both can work harmoniously. The conclusion: the research contributes to critical insights to prepare and forecast for the future of creative in advertising. Objective is to have very clear understanding of where the path of evolving AI technology, which is unavoidable, will erode or integrate, as above illustrated in the diagrams. The preserving of novelty and originality of human-generated creative work is too important and cannot be encouraged to be cannibalized or taken over by technology, which does not have emotion or intuition. Creativity serves as an intuitive component which has not been proven to be overtaken by data and patterns and that AI technology can offer. There is much further research to be carried out in a longitudinal direction, as observation is continuous with probing and challenging the capability of AI as we move into the future with constant evaluation. This is my conclusion for this research, and I thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you.